Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you're new, fantastic. If you're not new, then equally fantastic. It's lovely to have you rejoining me. Today is going to be another collab with one of my other lovely YouTube friends, and her name is Sunnice. She's from Sweden and she does all sorts of videos. She does jewelry makes, she does makeup, she does quite a lot about music as well. She does fashion, fashion hauls, you name it, she does it. And we decided that we would like to do a collab together on makeup which has been inspired by movies. So I haven't done mine yet, so you're not missing anything yet. I'm going to do it on screen with you. So now's the time to like this video, to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and if you would like to support me and the channel by buying me a Ko-fi, go to my Ko-fi page, and the description for that and its location is in the description box below. So let's get on to lights, camera, action. So as you may or may not have guessed, I'm going to be doing a character, well, not a copy because I look nothing like her, but a look inspired by the character Pris from the 1982 film Blade Runner. And here she is on the cover of this book, and we'll see at the end what sort of thing I come up with from that inspiration. What will I be using? Well, I'll be using some blacks and blues. I've already done my base. I've done just a very pale mixed with white makeup base, a little bit of white concealer, and very pale lips. I've used a pale blush, liquid blush for my lips, and this is how they're going to stay because that's how she has hers. And I've used just a sort of bronzy contoury type blush because that's how she has hers. I've got some eye base on here which is just creased ridiculously, so I'll get that going, and off we go. So I'm taking what make is this? A Technic black crayon eye pencil, and I'm just going to start using that to do the base of the look. And if you're anything like me, you'll love movies. Yes, I mean, I just can't imagine life without cinema, films. It just inspired me from a very young age, and a lot of you, I'm sure, will be the same. Going to the cinema was such a treat, and as you got older, it just let more and more experiences come your way. There we go. Now, I don't know what Sunnice is doing for hers. I have absolutely no idea as I'm filming this. I mean, I may do later today, I don't know. But we both decided that it was a great way to do something a little bit different, but to put our own stamp on it. And I've had a go by playing with my hair and sort of getting it a little bit Pris-ish, Pris-esque, and I think my eyes are a lot smaller than Daryl Hannah's eyes, which is slightly detrimental to the look, but hey ho. Sunnice is also an elder goth, if you don't know her, if you haven't visited her channel yet, and I highly recommend that you do. She's a very sweet person, and she has great taste in music as well. At the moment she's doing a series of videos all about different bands and things like that, to give you an idea. If you like looking for new music, really good place to start. So we're well on the way, and the actual shadows I will be using today are from my Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette, and it's almost a coincidence that on the cover of the palette there's a skyline. And if you know the film Blade Runner, and if you don't, I highly recommend that you actually go out and get a copy for yourself immediately. It starts with wonderful cityscape footage of a city of the future, Los Angeles in the future. That future has been and gone already in real life, but I don't mind saying that I'm using the black in here, which is called noir. Blade Runner is my all-time favourite film of all time. And I mean, if I had one film that I could take to a desert island, that would be it. I can watch it again and again. Every time you watch it, you see something. Whoop, got it in my eye then. You see something a little bit different, a little detail that you might have missed the time before. It's just a work of genius. And the character Pris, in case you don't know, is what they call a replicant, which is a replica of a human being, and they were used in different ways on the off-world colonies. She was what they called a basic pleasure model. Her partner Roy was a soldier, as far as I remember. He has some of the best lines in any film ever. His demise is one of the most moving deaths on film, because you see, replicants were only made to live for 4 years, so they wanted to pack as much life as they could into those years before they knew they had to die. And that is something that we don't know how many years we've got. Could be long, could be short, but we don't seem to pack in as much life as we could. I don't know why that is. I think because we believe that we're going to go on forever. And of course, not the case. Right, let's take another brush, and let's take this brush and go in with a colour called Curfew, just to blend out the edges of this. There we go, that looks a little bit like hers. In the film, there are a number of replicants who kill some humans, hijack their ship and come back to Earth to try and find the man who made them from the Tyrell Corporation, in the hope that he can extend their lives, give them more life, because once they've had a taste of life, they just can't get enough of it. And that again is something that I think we should learn. Once you get a taste of life, don't waste it. Just try and make it last as long as you can. Just trying to get the black off this brush on my towel. And in the film, there are, as I say, a number of replicants, and they're hunted down by Harrison Ford, who is the Blade Runner of the title. That's his job title, a Blade Runner, tracking down and killing rogue replicants. And Pris and Roy are the last two left, and I sort of like to think of them as a sort of negative anti-Adam and Eve, sort of, instead of starting a race, they're ending a race. Neither of them were born human, and yet they valued their life that they were given so much more than the actual humans. And when Roy and Deckard, that's Harrison Ford's character, have their final showdown, it's a really amazing piece of film. It's just, everything about it is moving and heart-wrenching. Just to see somebody who has had a tiny glimpse of what it's like to be alive and loves it so much that they can't bear the thought of not having any more, and yet in the end they know that the experiences that they've had, the things that they've seen, the way they've used their life is the most they could possibly have done. Roy says something along the lines of, "I've seen things you people wouldn't believe, and I would like to have done something like that in my life, seen things that people wouldn't believe, used my life to do things beyond the ordinary." And when you do have a glimpse of what it might be like not to have your life last as long as you might like it to, then it does make you think, this is an amazing opportunity, life. Now I'm going to put a little bit of mascara on, just, as I say, it's not exactly Pris, it's inspired by Pris, and I bet you she's got some mascara on, even though she hasn't got great big lashes to speak of, not like I usually wear. Looking at this look, I think I need to blend this edge a bit more, so I'm taking a very, very, very clean brush, because in the movie Pris puts her makeup on using a little airbrush, which you can get these days, but obviously I haven't got one. She's wearing a studded collar, and this is the nearest I've got to what she wears, and she's wearing a fishnet body, and obviously this is this is a pineapple fishnet body actually, which I must have had for 30 years, maybe, possibly. Comment down below if you've got any items of clothing that you've had for 30 years, and if you haven't actually lived for 30 years, let me know as well. So I reckon that's about it. Not the longest video in the world, not the most detailed look in the world either, but I like it. So there we have it, my Pris Blade Runner inspired look. I hope you like it. I think my hair is a little bit crazy, but it's not horrible, I don't think. Don't forget to go over and have a look and see what Sanis has done for her movie-inspired makeup look. I'll link her channel and all the things you need to know about her down below. Don't forget, look after the world. We haven't got off-world colonies yet, so this is at the moment the only one we've got. Look after the animals you share your life with. They're all real animals, and if you read the book that Blade Runner is based on, which is called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick, you'll find out that there aren't any animals anymore, and they have to make replicant animals as well. So it's a really, really, really good book. And as I say, the film Blade Runner 1982, which to me still feels like reasonably, you know, not that long ago, but it actually turns out to be quite some time ago. Yes, that is my all-time favourite film of all time. So if you haven't seen it, what have you been doing with your life? Get out there and see it. And in the meantime, don't forget, grab life, hold on to it, and stay strange. Bye for now, everybody.